Hi everyone, it's Deborah here. Today I'm going to be doing some crafting. It's public holiday in Brisbane, so I thought I'd take the chance to sit down and play with some stuff. So the first things I'm going to show you a couple of things that I'm going to be using today, and what's here on my table are the paper dolls by Tim Holtz. And these have been around for a little while, and they come in a packet with 107 paper dolls, and I've kind of pulled a few out. They're ever so gorgeous, aren't they? And they seem to be, I haven't gone through all of them, I only got them yesterday, but they seem to be in three. You seem to be able to have three, like a large, a medium and a small. But as I said, I haven't pulled them all out. I love this little girl. I might use her today. She's just gorgeous. And the other thing about them is that some of them are sitting and some of them are standing. So if you've got something, for example, if I can find something that I could put this on, like you could actually put him so that he's looking like he's leaning on something. And alternatively, this little guy here, or these women, you could have them so that you're sitting them on something. So you could put something there and they look as though they're sitting on it. Aren't they lovely? And they're quite big, the large ones. I've got them here on my mat so you can see. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 inches. So he's a bit just short of 6 inches tall. And then you've got these little ones here. So this is about the smallest I've found. So they do vary, because this chap here, the sitting chap, his small one is that, you can see there, that size. Whereas I've got this tiny little boy here. So I haven't gone through them all, but they come in a box, and I'll just grab them. Like, there's just so many of them, all different characters and things. Lovely. So today, I'm just going to move them out of the way. I might use, where's the little dancing girl? I might use her. She's just too cute for words. So I'm going to use this in my junk journal today. This is what I'm going to be decorating. And it's made from a Manila folder. So I've just got an old Manila folder and chopped it up. And I'll give you the measurements in the detailed description so that you know. But the idea came from the Tim Holtz Folio. So when you buy the Tim Holtz Folio, and I've never bought one, I don't own one, but I was watching on YouTube, and in there's this sort of long thing that folds over to create this accordion effect. So I thought, well, why don't I make one of those for myself, because then you can put it into a page on your junk journal, and it's like a little flip book within the junk journal, and I thought it was really nice. So that's why I thought that I would make it. And how I did it was I cut 3 strips from the Manila folder, and I cut them so that they're just shy of 6 inches. I ended up trimming them down. And then 3 pieces, and I'll put the measurements below. So this is one piece here, and then this and this is another piece, and that's another piece. So that I then scored down them at different sizes. So I think they're like 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and 2 inches that I scored them. And then I just folded them over. So you put them in what seems to be a reverse order. So you've got your 3 accordion here. You can sew this like I did, or else you can just use staple or something, staples if you don't want to sew it. I've just sewn it because I quite like that effect. And once you put them together, so you fold them and you sew them down the score line, and then you fold this lot over, and then you've got this accordion. And I've actually inked each piece before I've put them together. I've just inked the edges to make them a bit more grungy. I'm also going to be using some of these. Now I've got 2 sorts that I bought. These are also Tim Holtz. One is called Layers, and one is called an ephemera pack. So the layers are the 32 pieces, and the ephemera pack has got 63 pieces in this particular one. It's called Expedition. So there's different things, and this comes with, as I said, lots of pieces, but what the difference seems to be in them is that the ephemera pack is not coated. So it's more like just normal thick cardstock when you look at it, whereas the Layers is coated I don't know if you can pick that up, but you can see that these pieces have a shine on them. And I've just pulled a couple of those out to use them today. I just want to show you the difference. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to pick it up on camera, but here's some stuff that I've printed on standard copy paper, and the graphics I think are, I'm not sure if they're graphics fairy or not, but they're free use, personal use and small business use. All of the graphic images that I download and use, except for those that I pay for, of course, and I'll be using some of those at a later stage. And this is photo paper, and it's actually matte photo paper. I got it from Officeworks. This is actually thicker and nicer to handle, so you get more of a cardstock-like feel to it rather than these, which I've just printed on standard copy paper. I'm also going to be using some graph paper, and this is just standard graph paper from an A4 book of graph paper that I have. And what I've done is I've sprayed it, and this is a tip that I was watching Tim Holtz on a video, not surprising, recently, and he said if you get the Distress Ink reinker, so that's all this is, it's in ground espresso, which is a colour that I like, and you put it into a mini mister. So this is a Reinker mini mister, and these I used to sell these in my shop, so I'm not sure how much they are, but I had a whole heap of them left over when I closed the shop, and I thought, you know, I use them in my art, so I had to go to my art box and find one. But you put one, this re-ink is great because it has an eyedropper, and if you put one full eyedropper into the mini mister and fill the rest up with water, and you need to be careful because they don't take much water, so go slowly or you'll find that all your ink ends up in the sink. You can then use it to spray things, and that's what I've done here. So I'll just grab my craft sheet and just show you briefly. I don't have the lid for mine, I've lost the lid, but anyway. So that's what I did this morning, and I thought, oh, that's a good tip, thanks Tim. And I've just spray it, and you can see, oh, it's got my finger there, grab a tissue, that when you spray it, depending on how close you spray it or how high you spray it, you'll get the same effect as though you've gone and bought, you know, one of those spray things. And I on the paper I just dabbed it up, but you could dry that with your heat tool and that will be fine. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to start by doing some layering and use the little girl, but I've also got some little bits of that ephemera I was showing you before, and I'm just going to start here in the middle. Might have her hanging over, and that looks a bit too white for that, so let's just grab the ink. And this is paper, as I said, it's not coated, so you can actually go over it with some ink if you want. The ink colour I'm using is frayed burlap. I did buy a couple more the other day, and I'll probably start using them as well soon. Put the little girl here, and maybe have the hand over here, so let's just see how we go with that. It's going to, these little bits don't stick well with double-sided tape because they're just too fiddly to get the tape into, so we'll just put some, just using some ordinary PVA craft glue, and especially with this little girl because she has got, now remember that we're going to put her, well, I'm going to put her on the edge of the paper, so I don't want the part that's going on the edge to have glue on it. So I'll just put it on this side and down her leg and her arm so that she sticks. Oh, I probably want this underneath first. Terribly organised as usual. Still got a bit of a cold, so I apologise, my voice is a bit croaky. As a week in Tasmania will do for you in the freezing cold of winter. Now you could put tape all over this, but I think that'll do. It'll stick down. It's oh, upside down. It's going to be in the book, so just get that down and then grab my girl, which is all got glue on her, and get her down. Yeah, see, I've made sure I haven't got any glue on the side that's going to be on the other side, so that I don't have a problem with the glue there. If you're worried about her flipping over, I might actually put something here to hold that a bit, so when she's, you know, flipping around, it's fine. Now I'm going to use some of Tim Holtz quote chips. So I quite like this one that says original, because she's pretty original. These quote chips, they come in a pack of 58 pieces, and you can see the length, like some of them, they're quite thick. They're actually a thick chipboard, and also they have they've got a slight shine, but not terribly much of a shine. And we'll have a look. So so that's 4 inches and about maybe ½ an inch wide. So they come in long and different ones. There's really big words like this one, and then you go down to all different sorts of fonts. So this one here, which is smaller, this one which is a bit more of a typewriter font, and different sayings. I really like some of the sayings that's on here. So then also what I did as a reminder is I wrote back on the back of the card to remind myself that I didn't actually have to decorate that. So let's put some other things in. So another good idea here is these are some tags that I've made, and I'll put the link to the video where I made these tags so you can see. They're stamped tags, and you can put them in so that you can have them poking out like that. These are Tim Holtz photo booth, and again I just got these yesterday. I had a really good time. I got all these parcels yesterday, and look at that, they're so cute, and you get so many. So you basically get 30 of these strips. At first I thought it was 30 photos, so I was expecting 10 strips, and when it came, wow, what a great bonus that is. It's actually 30 strips, and they're just beautiful, aren't they? Okay, I've got this stamp here which is really old and dirty and it is a Judican stamp called Treasure Cube. I've got a few of these cube stamps and they've got 4 on 1 and it's quite good because it's all themed. So what I'm going to do is take that round bit and see if I can stamp it. Who knows what this will turn out like. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, and then a bit of writing. I put it upside down. I just realised that as I was stamping it. And a few keys. Okay. And I might put this other stamp on here as well. Remember to overlap things. I look nicer when, if you're actually layering rather than just sticking. See how I'm overlapping? It creates a bit more visual interest to actually overlap things rather than just having them statically, stuck separately on the page. Although I have done that here because I didn't want to, well, I'd already put the hand down, but I didn't want to overlap the hand. But I could put something on that to create some visual interest. Just hunting through my goodies. And the other thing that I have shown you in a past video, and I'll put the link above, is this edge punch. There you go. So I've got that punch there, and I might do another edge along here, just because it's new and I like this punch. I'm not going to be able to get that in there. Oh. The world's against me. Ah! It won't quite get in there, but I might put this in here and punch this end. Give it a bit of a Okay, I think I'm done for now. So yeah, I've just added a few more elements in, and as I said, I might add more later, but I've got one of the chipboard pieces here, Curiosity, and that, so I might add more to this page. That's lovely. I've got this tag here. So the adventure begins, and that will stick onto the book page when I get the book done. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my posts. I'm currently trying to post at least once a week, and in fact I'll probably be posting a bit more than once a week with all this new stuff that I have to play with. Cheers, see you next time.